Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I'm going to be trying to do a little bit more of a personal video, maybe not something that's like too how-to related, but I do think that it could be educational. If you read the title, you probably can tell this is going to be a video about my salary and kind of like compensation in the tech world. In no way am I trying to brag or anything. I think this is just in the name of income transparency. I think it'd be interesting to talk about it. And also, I'm hoping it could be like a little educational for people that were curious, but also educational on my end. Like in no way am I claiming this is how anyone should be spending their money. This is just what works for me based off my research and things I've learned in the past. This is how I chose to go about allocating those funds. If there's anyone that's watching that is a personal finance guru and have any critiques, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to learn and adjust based off new information. So yeah, like if I'm doing like a pretty bad no-no, let me know. I'd be excited to hear it. So without further ado, this is going to be how I spend my six-figure salary as a software engineer at Amazon. So I can't really memorize all those figures, so I have it on my phone here. Just gonna be regurgitating it out to you. Quick disclaimer, for this video, I'm only going to be talking about my base pay. I'm not going to be including the stocks and other forms of compensation. This is just pure base pay. And the second disclaimer is this compensation package was for when I was a SDE 1 or an L4. Folks in the tech world will know like what these levels mean, but it essentially is like your job level. At the end of the year, I got promoted to SDE 2. So that's L5, and you can imagine the compensation is slightly different. So the figures I'll be covering in this video are purely SDE 1, L4 level compensation. It's nice that it kind of got divided that way. Like it's like a perfect split for me, like starting the new year, that I would get my like new adjusted compensation for when I got promoted. To start, I'm gonna quickly run down how this is gonna work. I see my compensation flowing into 3 different phases. The first phase is the investment phase. This is the initial filter. This happens before I even get to see it hit my bank account. And most of this is automated. The second phase is needs, and then the third phase is like wants. So for phase 1, my gross salary according to my W-2 in 2022 as an L4 SDE1, my gross income was $131,383.35. For the taxes, we have a whopping total of $59,034.92. The further breakdown of all these taxes, if you're curious, is federal income tax, $33,262.83. Medicare tax, $2,601.04. Oregon income tax, $13,863.66. Oregon Workers Benefit Fund tax, $20.52. Oregon Transit tax, $172.87. Social Security tax, $9,114 even. So you can see a lot of the income just gets wiped out by taxes right then and there. After that, calculate my benefits. The total annual pay for my benefits were $1,176 even. The breakdown for that is for dental, it's $36. For medical, it's $1,902 even. And for vision, it's $84 even for the whole year. I forgot to mention this is gonna be like annual figures, and I'll have like slight breakdowns. Next up is my 401k. This is a Roth 401k if people were wondering. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll explain. Total contribution to my 401k is $27,631.98. For me to break it down, I gotta provide you a little bit of context. Part of this contribution is to my Roth 401k, and another part is for the after-tax contribution. I think people call it a mega backdoor Roth 401k. It's just like adding a contribution and it gets instantly converted into a Roth. You can effectively think of it as another Roth. At least that's how I think of it. Please let me know if that's the correct assumption. And that number is $7,517.32. But the actual Roth contribution is $20,114.66. I think there's like a cap for how much you can contribute for the after-tax Roth conversion. I'll add that on the screen somewhere. I haven't maxed it out just because I kind of want to spend it on other things, to be honest. For my HSA, my health savings account, for the year of 2022, I contributed $3,480 even. I think this got bumped up in 2023, so I'll be adjusting that in my new compensation. For those of you who don't know, a health savings account is a tax advantage account that's only for health related expenditures. But it also serves as like a brokerage account. Like you can use these funds and buy stocks and invest with it. The caveat here is if you spend it on anything that's not health related, you get a 10% tax on it. The idea is you just let it grow. This is gonna be my health related, like down the road, because I know like when I get old, I'm gonna have health issues. I'll be drawing out of this, but for now, I'm just gonna let it grow and let it increase in value. The cool thing is when you turn 65 for an HSA, you can spend on anything you want and not get fined. My next expenditure is my Roth IRA. This is my Roth individual retirement account. And that's just $6,000. That's the maximum contribution. I think in 2023, it's gonna go up to $6,500, I think, and I'll be changing that accordingly. So that's the end of phase one. With all those contributions and that initial filter, that takes my total sum down to $34,060.45. For needs, my first one is rent. The total for the whole year was $12,414.94. And then I'll have the breakdown here of the individual months in case people are curious. This was kind of fun to like do all this research and figure it out retrospectively. Groceries, I'll spend around $1,800 for the whole year. Internet, $720. I think it's 60 even for 12 months. Gas, I don't drive very much, so this is, I honestly think is like an overestimate, but I just assume like, let's just say I spend $60 a month on gas, even though I don't think that's a realistic figure, honestly, but I think it's better to be safe than sorry. $720 even. So that concludes phase two. The total now after phase two is $18,405.51. Now we'll go into phase three, which are my wants. And this is where the money becomes what I call fun money or play money. It's just like I use it on whatever I want, like the needs and like the investing has already been taken care of. Now it's just like I do what I want with these funds. The first expenditure is subscriptions. The total subscriptions that I pay for annually is $599.76. The breakdown for that is Amazon Prime. That's amounts to $179.88 a year. Spotify Premium, $119.88. And then I host my website on Ghost, and that's $300 a year. That's kind of like the bulk of my subscriptions. With all those subscriptions, that takes my total down now to $17,805.75. And this is really where I call it like play money. This is the funds that I use, which should equal $1,483.81 every month to just do whatever I want with. With this money, it can be like if I want to go to a concert, I buy tickets. If I want to go out to eat, if I want to buy something. And then once that ends up running dry, then I just can't spend anymore. Like I just have to wait until I get paid next, I guess. There's a good amount of times where I don't spend all this money and I'll just let it roll over into like the next month, or I'll save it, especially if I know that I'm gonna be doing something for the year, like if I'm gonna go travel. So yeah, that's kind of how I spend the last remaining portion. Some questions that you might have: where's the phone bill? Actually, my mom pays for my phone bill. We're on a family plan, and I just try to slide her some money every once in a while to make up for that, pay her back. It's either that or I'll just pay for her like vacation or a trip that she wants to go on. Like I try to do that like once a year, or contribute in some way into her trips. Like I might pay for her deposit, or I might pay for her like flights, just anywhere that I can contribute, just so like, you know, I'm paying her back in some degree. The other question might be like, where are my savings? I already have my emergency fund all built out and I'm happy with it. And so I didn't feel like a need to save anymore. I'd rather just invest it or the rest, like use it towards my lived experiences or buying things that I want. So that's kind of my rationale for not adding to my savings. So yeah, that's how I spend my money. Feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions on how I could change my financial habits to optimize for better. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Hope it was informative. Thanks for watching.